Give me 1 second. All right. All right, Salakia. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings onto the elect. Yeah, basically, Salakia about the lighting. I'm on the road, so it's gonna be a little hard. All right, it's gonna be a little hard to so I'll give me 1 second. There we go. All right, I'm on the road, so it's gonna be a little hard to see. Okay, but anyway, we're just gonna get right into it. Dealing with I was watching a video earlier. Okay, I didn't finish the whole video, but it was done by the brother Yashalam, all right, GMS Watchman, and it was going into the CIA and the FBI and the DHS, so on and so forth. Now we're seeing that push, all right, that push for the propaganda of black identity extremists, all right, black supremacists, black separatists, and they keep throwing that word black out there, all right. But we understand that this is all Matthew, the 24th chapter, as Yahweh Shai prophesied. Okay, he said that they were going to persecute us, they were going to come after us. All right, Revelation 2:10 says that what? Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Okay, because the devil is going to cast some of you into prison. All right, so we already know that, yeah, we want the kingdom, but a part of getting the kingdom is having to go through these last few prophecies concerning them coming up and actually having justification. See, that's what it's all about. All right, that's what it's all about with Esau, Edom. It's justification. Okay, how can I justify going after these men? How can I justify censoring the internet? How can I justify putting a microchip inside your body? All right, because he knows how to play on the minds of people. Okay, he knows what to say, how to say it, how to pitch it, so it's acceptable to the masses of the people. All right, so Esau understands how all these different things work, and that's why, all right, he's pushing right now. And if you notice, they're doing it slowly but surely, and they've been doing this. Hey man, these devils are very, very when it comes to their gradualism, man, they're very, very patient in that sense. And ultimately, that's why it says in Revelation 12:12 that they're gonna come down with great wrath, because they know they have a short time. You gotta imagine it. You've been putting in, creeping and waiting, and all that waiting, just as you think it's about to pay off, okay? Just as you think your waiting is about to pay off, your prey is now on the run. You're gonna come down with great wrath. You're not gonna sneak anymore. You're just gonna go, all right, all out, because you're like, I did not just wait and plot and plan all these years for you to just get out of my hands, or for me to run out of time before being able to accomplish, all right, my goal. Okay, so these devils, all right, they're about to come down with that great wrath, and that's why they were like, you know what, just take Trump out of there and just put Biden up in there, put him in there, let's get things popping, and if you notice, with this man in there, all right, hasn't even been 2 months, he's already, they're already pushing. They got FEMA out there, they're activating all them troops, all right, and what they did was, in the beginning of the year, always watch these devils, man. Like the brother Haran said, he said, don't look at the action per se, all right? Focus on the reaction, okay? Whenever these devils do something, it's about the reaction, okay? It's about what do they do after, right? So, in January, I believe it was January 6th, you had the situation at the Capitol, right? That was the action, okay? Now, what we're seeing is the reaction, okay? Now, that was that push for, oh, these are violent extremists, and these are so on and so forth, right? So now we're seeing that push, okay? The reaction from that action, okay? Where now they also had it to where they killed two birds with one stone. They hit the internet, all right, with the heavy censorship, and then they also hit the real life, okay, with the terrorism. Now they're talking about using basically war tactics on terrorists. Not everything, all right, is now going into terrorism, which is the perfect enemy that needs martial law. And I just saw like, damn, like four cop cars, man. You know, and I was thinking about that earlier today, how gradualism, man. If you notice, there's a lot more police out, you know, out and about, but people are not noticing it because it's happening very slowly, you know. But it's like each day there's an extra cop car out, you know, and every corner you turn, they're over there, you know. Now I'm not saying it as in like, oh, it's you know, it's just something you observe, okay, because just like that, they're gonna substitute, you know, the cops for the troops, you know. They already got them activated, they got them out. It's common talk now. National Guard troops, FEMA troops, Pentagon troops, you know, it's common talk because they're getting ready to do something, okay. So with that whole domestic terrorism, you think they have Project Megiddo and all these different projects, King Alfred plan and all that on the list, and they never plan to use it? FEMA executive orders and all of that? Nah, they plan to use it. All right, it's just about the right time. Okay, and each year, you know, the past couple of years, they move slowly but surely, you know. They threw us, all right, into the internet, the mainstream media, to demonize us just for a little bit, and then they take you out, you know, and then later on something else happens, and then boom. So those little snippets that the common average individual hears is black identity extremists, black Hebrew Israelites, black this, and what do they think of? They associate the Jersey City shooting, you know, and all these other incidents that have happened, okay, that Esau Edom has on the books. Okay, that's where you can't just think that this devil is gonna let it all go. They have it on the books, man. What you doing, bro? Okay, they have it on the books, okay, as to these things that they're gonna do, you know. So when they start doing it, hey, really, we shouldn't be scared, man. This is what we've been waiting for. We cannot progress in prophecy, okay? We cannot progress in prophecy except these things happen. But even when these things do happen, the Lord said what? Fear none of those things, because He's going to deliver us. You know, He's going to protect us, you know, when these evils come. All right? This is all prophecy. See, and we gotta suffer it to be so. All right, because this is what's leading to our salvation. The Lord has to make it look as though, you know, there's no hope for us. You know, it has to look as though we're on the chopping block, you know, and then the whole world hates you. Here it is, your life is on the line and the world hates you. They're rooting, you know, for you to get taken out, basically, you know. And then the Lord swoops in, all right, and delivers us, and He flips the table. All right, He's gonna flip the tables. The scriptures say He shall give them praise and fame in every land wherein they've been put to shame. All right, and when you watch certain of these movies, all right, it's usually when the main character is backed into a corner, pushed into an area where he has no other option but to dig deep, you know, and then that draws out that potential that, you know, it takes him to a whole nother level, you know, and he's able to overcome that obstacle, whether it's physical ability or whether it's mental, you know. He's backed into a corner and he's thinking, what do I do? What do I do? Think. And then boom, you know, he just flips the whole game. All right, that's Isaiah 59:19. The Lord has it to where they're going to come in like a flood. You know, they're gonna come, you know, it looks like we got nowhere to go, you know, and that's what's going to force the Lord's right hand to intervene and completely, and I mean completely, you know, just shut Esau down, man. Okay. What the standard is going to look like, hey, we don't know, but we know, we got a rough idea of it based on, you know, what the word for standard means. Okay, so we know it's going to be a form of divine intervention, as well as, you know, reading of the previous accounts of how the Lord delivered us and our forefathers in certain situations that we were in, you know, sending angels to fight amongst us, blessing our forefathers with spiritual power. You know, so we know that the Lord is capable of doing these things on our behalf. Okay, so what's going to be the difference now? When Heliodorus came, all right, to Jerusalem, all right, he came there with a whole army, and it seemed as though we had no other option. And what did? We prayed. And what happened when we prayed? All right, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai heard us, heard our prayers, okay, and sent angels down, all right, to deliver us, okay. In the time of Judas going to war, what happened? The odds were stacked against us, and that's how the Lord always works, man. Okay, He always works that way, so you may know that it's not of man, because if it was of man, then really it's like the numbers. The numbers got it. All right, but we know that it's not of man. So when they come with these things, man, don't get nervous. We don't have any reason to be nervous. What do we do wrong? What did we do wrong? Now, what they're trying to do is they're saying that these guys are dangerous because they can commit a lot of problems, all right, and harm, but they can hide behind constitutional rights, like the freedom of assembly and the freedom of speech. But then again, it's that same speech that incites violence and causes these people or these violent accidents or incidents to take place. For example, going back to that whole Jersey City shooting, they just so happened to find a manifesto, right? They said this guy believed in he was a Israelite and all this, that, and the third, right? So now they'll go and say, well, these guys teach, all right, that so-called white people are Edomites, and that they're gonna be put in servitude under them and all this, and that's what they call black supremacists. All right, black supremacists. And then they'll say, well, you might not go out and do that, you might not go out and act upon it, but let's take a look at. Then they'll bring up the examples. Let's take a look at this man, for example. Because of your words, because of your teachings, all right, this man went and did this, or let's look at this incident. Because of somebody that believed in what you were teaching, they went and did this. So then they say, well, you may not have done the action, but you incited it. The same thing with like Trump. They'll say, well, Trump didn't actually go to the Capitol and go, commit any breaking into the Capitol and all that and the third. But because of his actions, because of his words, people went and did it. So now they impeaching him. They trying to indict him. So you see how they're going with it. They're saying we need to take it a step further. We can't just leave it at, oh, you got freedom of speech, you got this. So then next thing you know, that they start to redraft the Constitution. They start to say, well, look, back then, the way it was set up, it worked. But now we're dealing with new problems, so we got to have new solutions. And all they're looking for is to be able to paint us as such demons and so evil that they're justified in using whatever means necessary in order to quell that evil. Okay? But we understand that this world is not going to fight for us. The scriptures say you're going to be betrayed, man. All right? Family members, friends, loved ones, they're going to betray you. So we know that they're not going to stand up for us, okay? The scriptures say, who shall stand up for me against the evildoers? And so we ultimately know that it's going to be Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, all right, that defends us or that fights for us, okay? Not man, all right? Not your girl, not your son, not your mom, not your gun, okay? But the Heavenly Father, Ba'ashem Yahushai, all right? And so that's why we got to have that hope, man. Now is the time. We got to be in what? We got to be in prayer, okay? We got to pray. We got to fast, stay in the spirit to the best of your ability, man. Because you got to meditate upon these things. Like, when they happen, what do you do? What do you do when these things come upon you? Are you going to lose it? Are you going to be scared? It doesn't make sense for you to sell out, because you're scared. Because, well, what did you do wrong? What did you do something wrong? Have you committed a crime? So why are you, what I'm saying? Why are you scared? Why are you bugging? Why are you all shooken up? They want you to feel as though you have done something so bad. You've done something so evil, man. All right. But that's a part of prophecy, man. We got to suffer wrongfully. Okay. We got to suffer wrongfully for these accusations. The scriptures talk about the accuser of our brethren, all right, who accuse us day and night before our power. Okay, so these are all things that we have to suffer, okay, for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. But we understand ultimately that, you know what, if you suffer for the Lord, you're going to reign with the Lord. You know, as the apostles, you know, said when they were suffering persecution, all right, for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. You know, then you got the chip that comes out. So these last few prophecies, that's the bittersweet. You know, it's sweet. It's sweet because it's just a few more and we out of here. It's bitter because they're the hardest, you know. Because hey, when that time comes, all right, of the mark of the beast system, the smart cities and all of that, they're gonna completely shut you out. Okay, completely. If you don't have that chip, if you're not a part of the system, they're going to completely shut you out. That's why the scriptures say in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, that we're gonna be as pilgrims upon the face of the earth, because they're going to completely shut you out. No housing, all right, no job, no, where are you gonna go? You're gonna have to move from place to place, you know, hoping you could, you know, find some form of refuge, okay? Because that's what they're gonna do, man. But we understand that, hey, who the Lord said, what did the Lord say? He said, look, these birds that fly, you know, they don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't do all this thinking and, oh, I gotta save up and I gotta buy this and I gotta go to the grocery store and all of that. But guess what? They're still fed, you know? Everybody is good, even these animals. So how much more us, as the Lord said? That's why your mind got to be first to do what? Seek ye the kingdom of heaven. You know, you got to seek the ways of righteousness, the ways of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai first, and everything is gonna be added onto you. All right, this is the brother. Shalom to those watching, by the way. Okay, this is the brother Kazak Ban Yahawada, 2nd Ezra 16 and 40. That's the one. It says, "Oh my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle." All right. So this is the scriptures talk about the condition of the battle, and this is a part of the condition of the battle. It says, and in those evils, all right, be ye even as pilgrims upon the earth. All right. So in these evils, all right, in these times to come, we got to be as pilgrims upon the earth. All right. Meaning what? You're gonna have to move. You know, you're gonna have to go from one place to another. You might not have a permanent area you can just be at. You know, you can be you know, you can settle like your home. Right now, you know, it's like your base. You know, you go to work, you go out, you go to school, wherever you go, and you come back to this one place, which is your house. All right. But very soon it's not gonna be like that. And that's why you're gonna need to rely on faith. Okay. That's right. Kazak Ban Yehoda, Luke 12 and 5. But I will forewarn you whom ye shall fear. Fear him which after he hath killed hath power to cast into the hell. Yea, I say unto you, fear him. Now we know that's not talking about actual place where you go and burn forever. Okay, there's not a actual place you can go and burn forever. But we know that that's basically who can do that. Who has the power to do that? The Most High. All right, now going to the beginning, Bible Defenders 144. Is there any camps in the Bronx? Yeah, I'm sure there's a few camps in the Bronx. You know, we teach in the Bronx too. All right, but you can for now you can just watch us on the you know, on the YouTube. Okay. Prince of Yahweh, Psalms 145 and 20. The Lord preserveth all them that love him, but all the wicked will he destroy. Okay, you hear that? So the Lord preserves everybody that loves him. So if you love the Lord, because well, hold up, why would you have to be a pilgrim on the earth? Why would you have to suffer persecution? Because you love the Lord. Because what are you gonna do to show that you love the Lord? You're gonna do what he commanded you to do. All right. And what did the Lord command us to do? He commanded us to of course, you know, to serve him, keep his statutes and his commandments, but also to serve him, you know, to serve him by feeding his sheep. Okay, to do this work. To the Lord Yahushua said, if you deny him before men, he will deny you before his Father. Okay, so a part of our job is to what? Is to do the work of a shepherd, you know, to feed the Lord's sheep, but to stand up for the Lord, to preach like Noah, a preacher of righteousness. All right. And that's you show the Lord your love. You don't just say it. These people, they just talk. You know, they speak their love. They don't show their love to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. They just talk. All right. You show your love to the Lord, and he sees that, yo, this person is really about it. This person is really diligent. All right. Look at the sacrifices they made for me. Guess what? He's gonna preserve you. I mean, don't we do our best to preserve and protect those that we love? So how much more for the Heavenly Father, Bahashem Yahushai, who actually has the power, okay, to who actually has the power to protect you, okay? Tony McConnell, I think he was asking about. Look, honestly, you're just gonna have to like type it in. Just type it in. You might just type in like GMS and type in the location where you at. And you probably a camp will probably pop up. Around your vicinity. But as of right now, from the curtains are basically closing. So the most important thing, is to watch the videos and learn, because whether you come out to the camp to listen or you watch these videos, you still gonna get this truth. You still gonna get this knowledge that we're teaching you. If the Lord has it to where you do, he has it, you meet up, you run into brothers, hey, then it's his will. But if not, don't get discouraged. Don't feel like, damn, I really wanna. Hey, look, we all seeking salvation just like you. So whatever you're gonna hear from us on here, you're gonna hear from us in person. All right. So, going back to the topic at hand, we can't fear when these things come, because the Lord himself said he's telling us what's going to happen before it happens. So we know that, look, the Lord said, I'm going to bring all this destruction, but I'm also going to deliver you and protect you when it does come. So if we seeing the destruction, we shouldn't be scared, because we know what the Lord is going to deliver and protect us when it happens, So, hey, man, look, man, and I did a video a while back going into how we are in the best position. We literally are in a win-win situation. Okay. Let's go to the book of Job. See, these scriptures in here, man, they apply to us. All right. They apply to us. These people are in the world, man. The scriptures of judgment are what applies to them, because they don't lay the precepts of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to heart. They could care less. Hey, man, the scriptures are like our home. We're constantly reading. We're constantly dealing with this book. We're constantly dealing with this book. Even if you're not physically reading it, you may see something in the world and it may trigger, because we have this in here. So it'll trigger something in here, and then you think of a certain precept, or you'll think of something scriptural related. So we're connected to this book, and we're constantly in this book. So what do you think the Lord is going to do when all hell breaks loose? He's going to deliver us, man, because he said so. Okay. I think it's Job. I said, let's go to Job. So let's go to Job, chapter 5. Yep. Job chapter 5, verse 19. And I'll hold another one on deck. All right. In the book of Isaiah. See, these prophecies, man, there's good prophecies within the major prophecies. You have those that talk about the destruction, those that talk about the hardships, the temptation, the struggles. But even within those struggles, it tells you in the book of 2 Ezra 16, I think is about the last verse, that in those troubles, the Lord is going to deliver us out of those troubles, But if there's no troubles, then we can't get delivered out of it. All right. All right, Salakia, let me just get right here real quick. Let me see what this is. I don't know if... Damn, this snow, man. This snow just... Ooh, it got everything, blocked. I don't know. This is oh, yes. Water. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. Just bear with me 1 second, Akim. Let me just... get up in here real quick. Up here in the Bronx, man, hey, if you live here, parking, man, it's the struggle, All right. So as I was saying, The Lord said he's going to deliver us. So even with all these all these scriptures that talk about the destruction, the famine. Look, man, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, when he set these prophecies, man, when they set these prophecies, they knew, they were like, look, these my servants are gonna have to eat. They're humans. They need food to survive. I can't say, hey, look, and that's where the lack of faith for a lot of people comes in, because they'll say, well, hold up, you saying that we shouldn't take the chip, we shouldn't take the mark of the beast, but how are we gonna eat? And then you gotta really think about it. Hold on, my man. The Lord said don't take the chip. You think you smarter than the Lord? Do you think the Lord didn't think that do you think the Lord doesn't know that you gotta eat? You think the Lord doesn't know that you need a place to sleep when it gets cold? The Lord already considered all that. The fact that if you don't take this chip, you're gonna basically be you might run the risk of being homeless. Now, what happens if you're homeless in the winter? You don't have any place to stay. You're not warm. Okay, you're gonna be cold. And if you're not kept warm, you might catch some a cold. You might catch pneumonia. You might catch something. So you mean to tell me Yahweh Hashem Yahushai does not know all of that? The one who created the human body doesn't know that if his servants sleep outside, they're gonna catch a cold. So of course they know, man. All right, and knowing these things, they have set it up, and they still said, look, just have faith. All right, trust in us. Allow us to do our thing. I'm saying, we created you. We set these prophecies in motion. We know what's up. So what we got to worry about? Did the Lord not say, ask and it shall be given? The scriptures say, where have you seen the righteous, the seed of the righteous begging bread? Or whoever called on the Lord and was despised? Nobody. So we don't have, there's not one excuse in the book that you can use to say, oh, well, this is why I took the chip. Well, if Yahushua came down, he asked you, why you took the chip? What you gonna tell him? Oh, Lord, I figured that if I didn't take the chip, I'm not gonna be able to eat. And then the Lord is going, he's going to point you to the other servants who still endured, knowing the same thing So what's going to be your excuse? Because you're going to have men, all right, and women and children that are going to get delivered, right? You're going to have elect members that are not going to take the chip, right? They're not going to take the chip. They're not going to cave in. They're not going to fear Esau's measures. Some of them are going to be martyrs, So if you end up breaking, you end up taking the chip. The question now is, what's your excuse? What's your excuse? Because what about those that gave up their life? What about those that went through the starvation? What about those that were tortured or suffered certain things, lost loved ones, in order to stay faithful to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai? What about them? The Lord's gonna ask you, man. He's gonna ask you, and you ain't gonna have no excuse, man. Okay. Our job is to trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai with all our heart. Okay. Now I'm gonna read 2 more precepts, and Lord willing, I can close it out. All right. The Wadi Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay. We're gonna read. I have Isaiah 65 and 12, and I also have Job. All right, we're gonna start with Job chapter 5. Okay, and you gotta actually believe these scriptures, man. You gotta believe these scriptures that we're reading. You seeing it happening before you, right? So this is Job chapter 5, verse 19. It says, "He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee." It's like a roller coaster. When you're on a roller coaster, for those who've been on a roller coaster, it feels, right? You're not going to fall off the roller coaster, but your mind, your body, the way the air is pushing against you, the speed at which it's going, you almost feel as though you're about to fall off the roller coaster. It takes you all the way up, then it brings you down, then it turns around, and that you're strapped in, all right? But you feel like you're about to fall off. You're like, oh shit, all right? So that's how that's how it is with the Lord. Like, we know, all right, that we're gonna get delivered. We know that if we are of the elect, we're gonna be protected. But it's gonna feel as though you're about to fall off. Okay, it's gonna feel as though, like there's no hope, you know. So it says, verse 20, in famine he shall redeem thee from death. So what does that mean? That means you ain't gonna die of starvation. See, dying of starvation is a very, very painful thing. If you ever noticed, there's not an account in the scriptures, at least not one that I've heard, okay, going into a martyr for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, dying of famine. Like the Lord plagued a martyr, all right, somebody who died for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai through famine. That was usually like a punishment that the Lord would hit those that are disobedient or heathens or so on and so forth with, because to die of starvation is a painful death. It tells you in the book of Lamentations that to die by the sword is better than to die by hunger. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. Okay, so when you look at the sufferings that martyrs have to go through compared to the sufferings that people who are just getting judged have to go through, there's a difference between the two. Number one, the Lord gives the martyrs the spirit to endure it. But number two, it's something that's like a test, and it's usually a test and then death. Okay, you might get tortured. All right, in some cases it did happen, but in that case that you do get tortured, the Lord always gives you that spirit to endure it some way, somehow. Okay, so it says here, in famine he shall redeem thee from death. So what does that mean? Isaiah 65 and I'm gonna jump around a bit in here. 65 and 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, my servants shall what? Shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. So how is the Lord going to deliver us from famine? We going to eat. Okay. It says, where we at? Verse 20. So in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Okay. So that means that what? The Lord, the evils are not going to touch us, man. You ain't going to get shot, and an elect member ain't just going to get gunned down in the street. Just like a regular old 2/3. The Lord says he's going to redeem us from that. Okay? If you are of the elect and you die, it's going to be for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. You're going to be, in the times we're coming into, of course. All right? It's going to be you get an honorable death. You gave up your life for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay? It says, because a brother might give up his life. You might be with some brothers, all right, and a situation might come and the brother might just be like, yo, I'll hold him off and you go ahead, and he might give up his life so that the rest of you can go ahead, and the Lord can have it to where he puts the spirit back in him like he did for Paul. Here it is, you might see the brother die, you guys are able to escape, but then wherever you get to, you see him there again. You're like, what the hell happened? The Lord can do that. We going into unprecedented, okay? We going into unprecedented times, So we know that all hell's going to break loose, but we got to also think about the right hand miracles. This is going to be a time like never before for the destruction, but with the destruction always came what? Salvation. So on the right hand side is going to be a time like never before, going into the salvation, going into the different kinds of miracles the Lord is going to use, all right, to defend and protect us, man. That means you're going to be able to, the Lord might have it to where you could bring somebody back from the dead. You could teleport, reappear, disappear. They shooting you, boom, boom, boom. The bullets ain't even piercing your skin, or they just going right through you. So those are the kinds of things that we haven't heard of before, but that's what's going to be happening. Okay. Because the Lord did say what? The things that we saw him do, we are going to do in greater. So it says, verse 21, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. So you're going to have to be in a real good case to not be afraid of destruction, because being afraid is instinctive of the flesh. Okay. It says, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. Now, anybody that's been through a famine understands that that's not something you laugh at. Starving is not something you laugh at. Okay. But Why are we going to laugh? Because Isaiah 65, all right, and 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. So they're going to be, the famine is going to affect them. It says, behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. So a part of that laughter is in that rejoicing. Okay? So that's why we're going to be able to rejoice, because we're going to know that famine and death and the sword have no effect on us. Okay? Because, hey, in Jacob's trouble, if I die, that's it. That's it right there. I died in the truth. That's my crown. If the Lord decides to bring me back on the spot, beautiful. If not, I'm gonna come in them chariots. So, you know, what's the problem? You know, what's the matter now? You know, you kill me, you lose. You don't kill me, you lose. You know, if I'm of the elect, whether I die or I live, that's it. I'm gaining salvation either way. You know, so it's a win-win. But from now on to that point, you gotta, because the Lord can still weed you out. You know, it says at destruction and famine, Job 5:22, at destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. So these wild ass animals that are going to be here, guess what? We're not going to be afraid of them. You know, Lord might have 3-4 lions, you know, protecting you. You know, you might be in a little hut or a little shack somewhere, or you might be in the woods somewhere, find a little tavern, you know, cavern, tavern, whatever. And the Lord might have like bears or wolves around, you know, or in a certain proximity, just guarding your area. You know, if any threat comes, he put a spirit on them and they'll just violate it. You know, hey, you know, if the Lord can have ravens bring Elijah food on time, come on, man. It says, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the earth shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation and shall not sin. So we know that what? The Lord that got us, man. He's going to protect us. Hey, the Lord can have it to where you know what I'm saying? You run into an alleyway, it's a dead end, and then all of a sudden the wall literally opens up. Like it becomes like a tunnel, and you run through it, and then it closes back up. Okay? And then it leads you somewhere. The Lord can do that on some Harry Potter joint. Okay? So that's why it may seem like, damn, I'm literally in a dead end. Behind me, they're coming for me. They're trying to kill me. I'm between two walls in an alleyway. I'm screwed. There's nothing I can do. And then all of a sudden, right at that very moment, you pray to the Lord, and then boom, the wall just became a door, and you just went through it. And they pull up and they're like, what in the hell where's he at? There's nowhere this person could have gone. We saw him come into the alleyway, all right, and he's not here anymore. And they might run to the other side of the building, and you're not there. The Lord might have teleported you through the wall into a whole nother state, you know, or a whole nother city, okay? Or even amongst brothers, because Yahweh Shai teleported, you know? So these are the things that, I mean, how really Esau should be afraid, you know? We should feel bad for Esau, because you coming with us with bullets, with media, with propaganda. What the hell is that going to do against spiritual power, you know? I mean, here it is, you see a man run through a wall, or a man fly and disappear and reappear. I feel bad for you, because we know what you coming with. We know you coming with your media, and you coming with your gun. Ultimately, what's the worst you're going to do to us, right? We know what you're coming with, but you don't know what the Lord is coming with, because you don't know what the standard is. So when you come, we already know what you're coming with. You're going to run into brothers' houses. You're going to try to send us to them camps. You're going to try to destroy us. But when you do that, that standard the Lord is going to lift up. You don't even know what that is, man. That's why you are so screwed, man. All right. You are so screwed. Matter of fact, let's close it off with that. All right. Isaiah. And very soon, this is going to be, which we use it a lot now, but very soon, man, this is going to be a very, very, damn near every day we're going to be going to this precept, because you're going to see that standard being lifted. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, shall lift up a standard against him. And that standard is going to be on our behalf, and it's going to be to destroy your ass, man. You're going to be afraid. You are going to be afraid of Yahweh. You're going to be afraid of Yahushai. You're going to be afraid of his men, all right, of his elect. When the Lord does what he's about to do, man, the whole world is going to hear about it, and the whole world is going to be in fear, all right? And we gonna know that next stop, Yahushua's return and salvation. Okay, and that's what that finally, man. You know, so hey, stay in the spirit. You know, when you see them coming with their legislations and their talks and all that and the third, man, don't be afraid. You know, don't be afraid of that, man. It's for our benefit. The setup, you know, the Lord got to set them up so that he can, you know, knock their ass out. Okay, so hey, with that, I hope you were edified. Those that tuned in. All right, let me see what brothers had on here. All right. Yep, beautiful precepts. You know, Salaki if I wasn't able to get to all of them. But hey, the water for putting them on there. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshai Barakatam. And in closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakak Wadash. Until next time, Shalom.